Hey, welcome to the call. This is Steve Bentley, and I got Julie Felsher on the phone with me here or on the line. Hey, Julie. And I just wanted to chat with Julie a little bit about her experience over the last little while with a great program that we've got going on. I've been helping people, about 2,200 people actually, get coached through this system through the last couple months, and just phenomenal results. Super excited about Julie's experience with this. So I just wanted to introduce Julie. Julie, you're up in the Northeast, like New Jersey area or somewhere like that, I think.
Yep, I'm a New Jersey girl.
Right on, I love it. How's the weather up there today?
It's a little gray today, but it's good. It's fine.
I'm in Houston, Texas, so it's kind of like almost summer all the time down here. Anyway, so Julie, tell us a little bit about the experience that you've had, because I know you had a great journey leading into the Pro Edge program and our low-carb, high-fat system that was working so well for so many people. So you got great results going into this. You kind of hit a sticking point. So tell us a little bit about that and where you were before you made a change, what happened, and then kind of where you were stuck, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to share. So I have a background in personal training and nutrition. So I was a personal trainer for 8 years. Then I became a CrossFit coach, and I did all the paleo in the zone and all that stuff. And then, I got introduced to a nutrition system that I started, and I got really great results. I was struggling. I was always trying to find the way that worked for me and that worked best for my body. So I found this nutrition system, and I lost a bunch of weight. That was about 4 years ago, and I felt amazing. And for the really amazing thing for me personally was I had been a chronic, like sort of yo-yo dieter for a long time. And, when I finally put this nutrition in my body maintained. I lost the weight and I maintained it. But what happened was I started to not be okay with maintaining. Where I was once celebrating maintaining, I became stuck. Like maintaining turned into stuck because I felt really good. And I was like, anybody that looked at me probably thought like, she doesn't need to change. She doesn't have any weight to lose. But I knew my performance could be better. I could be leaner. I could I could take it up a notch. And so I started to get increasingly frustrated that I couldn't break this plateau. I was stuck at this weight, and I literally ping-ponged within 2 to 3 pounds of this one weight for 2 years. I have a graph that I kept, and it's crazy when I look at that. I'm like, gosh, my body really liked that spot.
Yeah. You're just thinking probably I'm never going to get out of here. It's just how old I am, activity level, no matter what you did or how you watched what you ate, it just didn't change, right?
Yeah, I ate really clean. I worked out a lot. I pushed myself hard. I did interval training. I rode my cycle. I lifted heavy weight, and it was just, that was where my body wanted to be.
Yeah, I've heard that so many times. So you heard about the Pro Edge program. So what got you interested in it in the first place? And then kind of, if there was, what reservations did you have about it? Because you're a fitness professional, health professional. So you've seen a lot of different things. So what were your thoughts about at the front end before you even got into it?
So honestly, this high carb, moderate fat, low, or high fat, moderate protein, low carb system of eating or way of eating is something that I've heard. Like people come to me and they'll say, oh, I want to try this. And I had always kind of steered people away from it because I was concerned that there wasn't enough minerals and vitamins. If you're going to take out all the carbs, one of the things I think people don't really understand is that fruits and vegetables are carbs, and also there's important fiber in some of our whole grains and important minerals in some of our whole grains. And so I was thinking to myself, if you pull all that stuff out, where the heck are you getting your vitamins and minerals from? So that was my big reservation. But a lot of people were trying it. I was seeing people get results. I was seeing people get these peak results that I was looking for. And honestly, when I saw you talking about it and that this program was opening up for people, I trust you. Like I know you as an elite athlete coach and somebody who knows what they're doing and is not going to sprinkle some garbage on people. So I trusted you, and I kind of took a blind leap into this system, and I'm super excited that I did. And you have been awesome to work with.
Well, you got phenomenal results on it. So once you got started on the program, there's 4 things that I noticed going through the program. They're so different than a normal low carb, high fat system. One of them is the quality of macronutrients that we get people focused on. We provide some great nutrition for them that works super well. Cellular cleansing is great. And then we've got that nutritional support and then the coaching. So you can touch on some of those if that's appropriate for you, or what was it that you noticed that was different? And then what results did you get specifically from going through that system?
Yeah, so I started back at the end of October. And for me, historically, the fall leading into the holidays is a hard time for me. We've got a lot of birthdays and a lot of holidays. And, I had some reservations about starting. It was the day before my son's birthday that I started. And immediately, once I got put into the group, the coaching group, I felt lifted. I felt supported more than any group I've ever been in. And we're all in so many different Facebook groups and so many different programs and coaching things, right? We all have access to all this stuff. But for the first time, probably maybe ever, I felt completely supported from day one. I knew what I needed to do. I was given the tools. I was given the resources. I had a place to go for questions, and the questions got answered. And so that for me was huge. And then the components of what I was doing leading into ProEdge that I loved, the nutritional cleansing, the vitamin and mineral support, all of that stuff, the fact that it was still a part of this, that I wasn't like about facing on what I believed in, was really, really good for me. Like I didn't feel like I was turning my back on something that I had years of a commitment to. I felt like I was just turning up the dial on it.
Awesome. Cool. And I've got a before and after picture here I want to show everybody. So this is Julie before and after, and just great strong shape beforehand, but just rocking results afterwards. So and Julie, just phenomenal. And so tell us a little bit about, as you went through the program, how did you feel? Just because I always like to, weight loss is one thing, you lean out, you drop some inflammation or excess body fat, put on some muscle, but that's got to have a benefit in terms of your physiology, mental focus, how you feel in so many different areas. What did it do for you?
Oh my gosh. And it's so interesting because in the beginning, I'll be honest, it was tough, right? In the beginning, I felt a little bit like I was walking through mud. And my workouts were, I was like, what the heck? Like someone's tied lead weights to my legs when I'm on my bike. But as I to go through it, I mean, the weight and the indication that started to go away from day one. Like the scale started moving immediately for me. And I know for some people that doesn't happen because there's some water retention and stuff that can happen when you're changing to this way of eating. But I've seen it happen for pretty much everybody in the group, which is awesome. For me, it happened pretty quickly. The one thing that I noticed, which was awesome, is my quality of sleep. I was always one of those people that would wake up a few times during the night. My husband, he's not like a horrible snorer, but he does breathe loud while he's sleeping. That always bothered me. Noises in the house. If one of the kids was up later, I was just a very light sleeper. And I always felt like I had to drag myself out of bed in the morning, probably because I wasn't getting the right amount of sleep. Oh, my light turned off. Now I sleep solid. Like when I go to sleep, I stay asleep. And when I wake up in the morning, it's most of the time it's before my alarm. And I'm just like, oh, well, I'm ready to get up. So I get up, which is amazing. And how
are your workouts now? How are they going? Because I know you train quite regularly all the time. How's that working for you?
Yeah. So my workouts are, hang on. I have a little light here that's just doing weird things. I think it's running out of batteries. So my workouts now, so that it's been almost 2 months, right? Since 2 months since I've been using this way of eating, following this ProEdge system. And I am back to where I was with my output. Like output for me is important because I do a lot of cycling, and that took a big dip. And now I'm back to where I was, and I've surpassed my PRs in strength in the gym, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's great. For somebody who's been working out for so long, that's phenomenal. That's good to hear. So those are some great benefits. And then, you went over what was different about this from before. So that's phenomenal. Anything else you want to throw down and add in there in terms of somebody who's thinking about doing this, but they've got some reservations, or what are your thoughts on that?
I think if it's something that you're feeling curious about, you owe it to yourself to try it. I think, for me, I was curious. So for that reason, I took this whole experience on as almost like an experiment, because I wanted to see, and I was going to make a decision after the first 4 weeks were over, and use what I learned about the system and learned about my body in the process to decide if this was the right path forward for me. And absolutely it is. My body loves to be in this state. My body loves to be using fat as a fuel source. And the focus that it has given me, just because I've had to be really focused and really measured about what I've been eating and how I've been eating. What I notice now 2 months in is that it's almost a no-brainer. Like I almost don't have to think about it anymore. I mean, I'm still careful and I'm still mindful, but my go-tos for my snacking or for my meals, it's easy. It's people think it's hard. And I think anytime you're going to change your diet, there's going to be a challenge. There's going to be a period of getting used to it. But, I've traveled, I've done holidays, I've done all kinds of things, and my life is, nothing's changed. I'm still enjoying all the people and the places and the stuff that I get to do. And except that I'm doing it in much smaller clothes and with much better energy.
You're heading off to Florida tomorrow, and you're in a bit of a quandary because you've realized you don't have clothes that fit because
I'm packing, and I can't, I don't have time to go shopping before I leave. So I had to tell my husband that there will be a shopping excursion once we get there.
I love it. Well, that's awesome. Well, Julie, thank you so much for your time and your information today. I really appreciate you taking that Christmas Eve, right? So
Yes.
I know we're both passionate about helping people, and it was great to hear your story. So I'm just going to let you go, and we'll chat again when you get back from your trip. Have a good one.
That sounds awesome. Thanks, Steven.
Bye.